Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 120 on the Mana League. I'm John as always, and we've got our third last pack of Hour of Devastation here. We've got two more packs and then we're done. We're going to be doing Ixalan spoilers, set reviews, and then of course we'll be doing the Ixalan Crack Pack the Tuesday after pre-release. But let's crack this open, see what's in it, and see what we would take pack one, pick one if this was a draft. Up first is Countervailing Winds. 2 and a blue for an instant counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each card in your graveyard, cycling 2. I don't mind a Countervailing Winds. There's not quite the control deck that you really want in this format though, so it doesn't often go in every deck. It's okay. You can definitely make it unconditional here or there, but it's nowhere near our first pick. Solitary Camel I've liked a fair bit. 2 and a white for a creature camel. It's a 3/2 and it's got lifelink if you've got a desert on the battlefield or in the graveyard. Never ever a first pick, but I love to play basically as many of these as possible because a 3/2 lifelinker for 3 is fantastic. Open Fire is a potentially first pickable card. 2 and a red for an instant. Open Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or player. It's instant speed removal. Yeah, it's not Lightning Bolt, but you'll still pay 3 mana for a Lightning Bolt. Real good, real first pickable. Kenra Eternal is up next. 1 and a black for a creature, zombie, jackal, warrior. It's a 2/2. It's got afflict 1. This is fine. You'll play it probably just every single time that you're in black, but you're taking this like 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, a pick. You're not taking this anywhere near first. Rampaging Hippo is up next. 4 green for a creature, hippo. It's a 5/6 with trample and cycling 2. Real good common level target for a sort of ramp deck, green whatever it may be, usually green-blue, but not really ever a first pick. You're happy to pick these up, but kind of like the camel, nowhere near a first pick. Carrion Screecher's up next. 3 and a black for a creature, zombie bird. It's a 3/1 flyer. I was high onto this to start, and then a lot of people got really down on it, and people have kind of come back around to it. It's fine. A 3/1 flyer for 4 is fine. It'll get in for a lot of damage, and it has a relevant subtype of zombie. That being said, nowhere near a first pick. Seer of the Last Tomorrow is up next. I've played a lot of these in the past couple of weeks because I played 2 Fraying Sanity decks, and no, neither of them really worked out. Seer of the Last Tomorrow, 2 and a blue for a creature, Naga Cleric. I always forget that it's actually a Naga, but yeah, that's a snake person. It's a 1/4, and you can pay a blue, tap it, and discard a card to make target player put the top 3 cards of his or her graveyard, or his or her library into his or her graveyard. Obviously, if you're doing anything that is not Fraying Sanity Mill, you really shouldn't be playing this card, and certainly never ever first picking it. Grave and Abomination is up next. 3 generic mana for an artifact creature horror. It's a 3/1. Whenever it attacks, exile target card from defending player's graveyard. Siding in graveyard hate really hasn't been a thing in this format. Crook of Condemnation I've never played. I've never touched this. I never really touched Watchers of the Dead from back in Amonkhet, and this kind of falls down the same way. It's nowhere near good enough to play in the main deck, and it's not even really a relevant sideboard card. So not a first pick, probably a last pick. Steadfast Sentinel is up next. 3 and a white for a creature, human cleric. It's a 2/3. It's got vigilance, and you can eternalize it for 4 white. This is just too expensive on basically every side of it. It's kind of nice that you get to cast it twice, but it's just expensive for what you get your hands on. It's very 23rd creature. I'm never looking to play this. It's always kind of, crap, I need another playable card. Well, let's put that in. Nowhere near first pick. Our final common is Desert of the Fervent, a land desert. It, of course, comes into the battlefield taps for a red, and you can cycle it for 1 and a red. These are all fine. I don't personally like first picking them. I know that some people go aggressive enough as first picking these. It's not really my style, but of course, I start picking up these the second that I know or even think I might be in this color, and there's not much else in the pack. But for me, never ever a first pick. Our first uncommon is Farm to Market. Farm to Market is 2 and a white for farm is 2 and a white for an instant destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Market is 2 and a blue, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Farm is fantastic. I'll play farm every single time that I have my hands on it, and if I happen to be in white-blue, getting to do Market at some point where I have the mana and the cards to deal with it is just an all upside. I would certainly consider first picking a Farm to Market. Saving Grace is up next. 1 and a white for an enchantment aura with flash. Enchant creature you control. When Saving Grace enters the battlefield, all damage that will be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Enchanted creature gets +0/+3. I've played this a couple times and it's been as mediocre as I expected way back in the set review. Various people were really high on this card and it just has done nothing. It basically is just a fog. Yeah, there's some cool niche scenarios where you'll actually blow your opponent out, but your opponent's probably not attacking in if a single trick would blow them out. So I'm nowhere near first picking Saving Grace, and I in fact just pass it every single time and never really ever play it anyways. Our final uncommon is Riddle Form. 1 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may have Riddle Form become a 3/3 Sphinx creature with flying in addition to its other types until end of turn. 2 and a blue, scry 1. I've never played Riddle Form. I've never found the deck for it. I've seen some people play it, and it's been okay from what I've seen, usually in blue-red spells. But this format's, it's not as fast as Amonkhet, but it is still a fast, aggressive, attacking, you don't block set, and you can't really be dirtling around with something like Riddle Form. So I don't personally play this. I certainly don't first pick it. Our rare is Abandoned Sarcophagus, a rare that I kind of wanted to try out. I kind of wanted to go real deep at some point. I guess I've got a couple of weeks left on Abandoned Sarcophagus and Hollow One and see what I can do in a cycling deck in this format. But the cycling decks, as I predicted, really kind of fell by the wayside because all of the good payoffs are in the third pack and you're just not guaranteed to get them. So I don't think I would ever competitively first pick an Abandoned Sarcophagus, but if I were to open one, say at FNM next week or the week after, I'd give it a go just for the heck of it. But it's not in our running here. Realistically, we're looking at farm, not even really the market side, we just care about farm, or we're looking at open fire, and I think I'm just going to go on open fire. It doesn't kill everything, but it doesn't have any conditionality on it as far as attacking or blocking goes. So open fire seems like the pick there. Let me know what you would have taken. Would you have taken the open fire, the farm? Would you have gone deep on the Abandoned Sarcophagus? Let me know what your experiences with Riddle Form and Saving Grace are, etc. in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at The Mana Leak. That's LEEK, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at facebook.com/TheManaLeak, twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, and patreon.com/TheManaLeak. If you do like the content, click that thumbs up button, click subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.